Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tony Speaks Happy Hour for May 27th, 2025. Hey, I hope everybody had themselves a wonderful long weekend. Hey, we're ready to get to the action. Apologies for being late here. Definitely some technical for me in the back end. To be honest and transparent, as we always do, I spilled my coffee everywhere, and I was cleaning up my disastery mess. Nothing like spilling my full giant mug of coffee all over the place. So it feels like a Monday for me there doing that. So that's why I was late in getting to the show. But we're here. Let's get some awareness flowing as we always do. We'll see how the Cappers weekend went, and then we'll get right to the plays here on the Tuesday slate. Let's kick it off over to Ramon. How are you doing here on this Tuesday, Ramon?
Hey, real good, Rod. Ready for our playoff games here tonight. We're ready to see the Oilers again in action here. So big time excitement, I know, for you guys. And yeah, we got some Major League Baseball to talk about. And Ron and I have already rapped about this 5-game WNBA card. So we'll have some more insights.
Definitely. Nice WNBA slate on today. 5 games roll kick off the week. They definitely took advantage of potato salad Monday, as Sean alluded to, and now they're ready to roll here into Tuesday's action. How are you doing here on Tuesday, Ron?
I'm doing good. Good winning day yesterday in the green. Nice 3-1 on MLB. Got the over in Oklahoma City, but got a little hook on the 2.5 on that spread. Should have took the money line, right? So lesson learned. But yeah, overall pretty good weekend. Still not. I'm not messing with NHL. I don't know. I was really good in the regular season, but man, it is just falling apart major, and I'm not going to touch the NHL anymore. I'll give you some free picks, but no more premiums for that. I'm going to try to straighten out MLB. NBA still cooking a little bit, and of course the W sitting on top of there, so that's good.
Nice. Good. For me, tough weekend. We might be seeing a different person tomorrow because, hey, if I have it'll be my third. I've had 2 straight losing days. So yeah, slumping a little bit, as they say. So hey, I was hot. Hey, sometimes you have those days where you're slumping. We're trying to not make it 3 days in a row of losing for me. And looking to kickstart the new week winning here. I love today's card. So speaking of today's card, let's get to it. We got the NBA. Here, kicking off, we got the Pacers 2.5, total 219. Kicking on with Ramon. What do you like? And a quick check and look at the injury report. Still Nesmith for the Pacers. Game time decision here in this matchup. Now we'll head over to Ramon. What do you like here in the NBA action tonight?
Kind of basing my pick here off of that, I'm going to look to a prop here with this one. Look, I think Nesmith can make this lineup right now. We'll see. They're still saying game time decision. I'm going to go under with Andrew Nemhard here with his assist prop at 4.5 here tonight. Look, I'm actually worried for the Knicks in this game, but again, I think we might be overshooting it here a little bit with the pace and what we think needs to happen. Again, I've kind of been opposite of kind of what the storyline seems to suggest here. So it's just a little bit of a play, though, on that injury report here with Nemhard under 4.5 assists tonight. I think what you'll see from the Pacers, injury notwithstanding, is a further distribution here, and of course with the Knicks just slow to rotate, it feels like to me Pacers going to be they're going to be chucking it up there for sure like they always do, but I do like it here. Maybe I'm really looking at the Knicks maybe to have the clunker, but let me go Nemhard under 4.5 assists to start us off.
Head over to Ron. What do you like here in the NBA action?
Man, this is a tough one. We saw the first 2 series, what they did when they came back and got blown out at home in game 3, and then in game 4 they just blew somebody out. So you got to lean to Indiana, but man, the Knicks are 6-1 on the road in the playoffs this year. It's really tough, but I'd have to lean to Indiana in this one, probably on the money line. I'm not going to get burnt like last night. Give me the money line. Give me Indiana. Knicks will probably cover it at 2.5.
Possible full game that they covered the 2.5 there in that matchup. For me, I'm going to look at the first half here. I see a point and a half in places on the Pacers. just because you look what the Knicks do following one of those big upset as the road dog this season in that first half. Well, they follow up that first half 0-8 are the Knicks ATS wise in that first half after they upset win as a road dog. So I think the Pacers squad are going to have that slow start that we see in the last game. I think they come out kind of like what OKC did last night. They had that lousy letdown game, and they were ready to go the following game, and they came out in that first half and headed to the locker room with an 8-point lead last night. I think the Pacers do the same sort of thing. I don't know if it's an 8-point lead, but I think they got the lead heading into the locker room at the end of that first half. So I'll lay the point and a half there.
I think they're up like, what, 80-49 or some shit like that against the Cavs in that last series in Game 4. Woo.
In Game 4? So, yeah, I think that Game 3 was one of those, just a letdown spot. They took the foot off the gas a little bit there. They thought they could cruise, I think, at that point when they had the big lead. They took the foot off the gas a little bit and went, oh, hey, I think we can take the foot off here. We got ourselves a nice little cruise to the lead. And we're like, uh-oh. Maybe we take the foot off a little too much. I don't think they take the foot off here in this one.
No, I still think the Indiana wins the series.
Yeah, agreed. All right, that wraps off the NBA action. Let's head on over to the Diamond. We kickstart Tuesday's action. We got a few games on the slate tonight. Some revenge spots. Teams playing their old, some pitchers facing their old squads. So let's get to it. We'll split it up into, let's do 6 to kick us off. We'll start with the Dodgers taking on Cleveland. St. Louis to take on the Orioles. Giants into Detroit to take on the Tigers. Atlanta taking on the Phillies. Then we'll throw in the Twins taking on the Rays. And then we'll throw in the White Sox taking on the Mets. Heading on over to Ron. What do you like here in this first slate of action?
Yeah, I don't like the line here, but, you know, my spreadsheet's been really hot, 72% now. It says the Mets, so I'd have to lay the run line or probably extend it in that one. And I'm going to also look at the Dodgers and Cleveland. Man, Cleveland is just not hitting, man. 231 average with a 298 OBP. And the Dodgers, I know normally that we're going to look for the bullpen to come and blow this thing up big time. But I still think under 9 might be the play here with May going against Bybee.
Yeah, I was with you on that under. Now it's up to 9. Kind of worries me a little bit. Now I can get a better number. I was at the 8.5 with you this morning, and now it's at 9. It's I don't like seeing that type of thing when you're on a total that moves up. When you're sitting on an 8.5 and knowing you didn't get the best of the number kind of sucks for me in that one. But I agree. I'm leaning to the under there. What do you like here in this first 6, Ramon on the Diamond? What do you got for us?
Yeah, kind of the same, kind of like you were saying, because I really thought I was going to get a premium here with Atlanta and Philly over. It's open mostly 8 over 25, 8.5 under, but all the way up here now to 9. It's maybe juiced a little bit to the under, but I'm going over in this game with 2 pitchers that we haven't seen too much of here yet. Strider obviously struggling here in his comeback a little bit, 0-2 with a 5.79 ERA and a 360 BABIP going up against this Philly lineup. I would imagine could have some success here with the Phillies tonight against Strider. Until I see otherwise, I'm going to have to say that Strider's still working his way back into form, into just getting ready here now. Suarez, we haven't seen him too much either, but he's been good on his numbers, and he is 3-0, 3.7 ERA, certainly manageable, but he also has a 304 BABIP coming in here. So with Braves kind of heating up a little bit, and I'm going to go over 9 runs with Atlanta and Philadelphia tonight.
And for me, looking at these couple games in this early slate, I'm going to go. I'm going to take St. Louis here. St. Louis lost yesterday, but hey, congratulations to Baltimore winning the opening game of the series. But winning back-to-back games, something Baltimore hasn't done a whole lot. 4-16 following a win this season, so they win one and then winning back-to-back. They don't do a whole lot. 20% hitting on back-to-back. I'll take St. Louis in that matchup. And then I like the under here with the Twins in Tampa Bay. Look what Joe Ryan's been doing, and he's been pitching well for the Twins. taking on the Rays. I know the Rays bats have heated up, but I think Taj Bradley will be able to slow things down the Twins side of things, and I think Joe Ryan, the way he's been pitching lights out, quieting the Rays bats a little bit there in that matchup, and that leads us to a lower scoring matchup. It was 8.5 this morning, I see. Still at 8.5. I'll take the under. Minnesota and Tampa Bay in that matchup. All right, let's head on to the next slate. Let's see, we got 9 left. We'll split it into 2. We'll do the Reds taking on the Royals, Boston taking on Milwaukee, Colorado into Chicago to take on the Cubs, Blue Jays, game 2, taking on Texas. And we'll throw in the Athletics taking on the Astros there in that one. That wraps up all the way to the 8 p.m. slot of games. We'll leave the 4 for the late night. We'll get head on over to Ron to get started. What do you like here in these ones? In the middle.
Yeah, there's a nice little system on the two teams that are under 500. You take the favorites, like 63% this year. Give me the Texas Rangers in that one. Looking at Kansas City and Cincinnati, Brady Singer's coming back to Kauffman Stadium tonight. Man, he pitched very well. I know he's not pitching well on the road, but this just may be the recipe to get him to pitch well. I don't understand why in the heck our bullpen, which is horrible, by the way, and I know when it gets in the later innings, and it's a bullpen day for Kansas City, I don't know why in the world the Royals are even favored in this game. Maybe they're telling us Brady Singer's not going to have a good outing, but, man, he used to it was no hit through 5-6 innings when he pitched for the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. I think he's get a little adrenaline boost, and I think the Reds win that plus 110.
And on over to Ramon, what do you like here in the middle slate of the MLB?
Yeah, Rod, notice certainly some discombobulation here in the Boston rotation as Richard Fitz gets called up here to make the start. We haven't only seen him a few times this season. He was certainly out for a while with injury. So good old Dick Fitz, Rod, here going for Boston. They're shaking up their rotation here a little bit. That's for you, buddy. A little shakeup of the rotation here, it feels like right now for Boston. They do have a day off here on Thursday coming up, but they're going to have to maneuver things a little bit. And Aaron Savali, we haven't seen too much of him either, and his numbers aren't great here, but Milwaukee did get the win yesterday, 3-2. I think this price is reasonable. I'm going to take the Brewers tonight. Boston's going to have to go into their bullpen pretty early, it feels like.
Right? I'm with you. I'll take the Brewers there as well. Ricardo Fitz could definitely give you some fits there in that matchup tonight. Because how long is he going to go? I don't trust Mr. Fitz in that spot, so I'm with you. Give us the Brew Crew on the money line in that matchup.
It's on the comedy hour, not the happy hour.
Right?
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little laugh at it and finding some winners as well. You know, in that Royals game in the Reds, you know what? It's one of those spots where you think you want to take an under. No, I'm going to take an over here. I think both of these squads can get some runs here in this one. With Lynch going in the bullpen, I think the Reds can heat up and score some runs themselves. You look at it's Daniel Lynch. When he starts, you bet over the total. In his career versus National League teams that score more than 4.5 runs a game, like the Reds have this season, hey, he's 7-0 to the over in his career, and they average about 11 runs in those games. So at this total, I'm going to take an over between the Reds and the Royals tonight with Lynch on the mound in that one. And Singer, yeah, I'm with you. I kind of lean to the Reds to get the job done as well. It's a little bit of a revenge going against his old squad, trying to try to pitch a gem there in that one, but I think they've seen this stuff a little bit before, so I think he gets hit a little bit. I think that's why you alluded to that price was the way it was there in that one, because I think Singer could get touched and hit a little bit. So that's why I like the over there.
Yeah, I mean, he's been bad on the road this year. That's the thing is, like I said, he's back in a home environment, and they gave him like a standing ovation last night when he came out of the dugout too. Waved his hat to everybody. They love him in Kansas City. Didn't want to lose him. But you look at the Royals, lost 6 in a row as home favorites, man. That's not a good thing.
No,
Reds
tough.
5 straight wins over Kansas City when they've come in here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I like the Reds there. You putting the Reds in the parlay at the end of the show. All right, let's head on to the late night slate that we got rolling here. We got the Yankees taking on the Angels. We got the Pirates taking on Arizona. We got the Marlins taking on the Padres. And then we got the Nationals into Seattle to take on the Mariners. Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in the late night action, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to come in here on the under. I see him talking about Burrows there in the Jimmy Two Shoes talking about Burrows. Who's Burrows here? His numbers aren't great for sure, but his metrics were good in that first start despite the 7.2 ERA here. We know Pittsburgh doesn't score any runs, so going up against Corbin Burns, I'm sure he'll be fine to see this team. I'll go under here in this one with Pittsburgh and Arizona. It's 8.5 juice to the over here. I'll take under Pittsburgh and Arizona tonight with Burrows and Burns. Under. Did I say it right? Under.
Under. Head on over to Ron. What do you like hearing these the late night action on the MLB?
I guess we're the Three Stooges. No, right? Larry Moe,
Larry Curly and Moe.
Yeah. Anyway. Which one's Curly?
You said it. You said it, Ron.
Ramon's curly.
Oh,
See, he's got the little. He's got more.
He got
I can't
curly,
be curly.
yeah.
It's not working there.
Like Charlie Brown. Dun, 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 dun.
This might be the last happy hour.
Oh man, let me go to San Diego. Got to go with the Padres here. Kolek's been really good this year. Mitch Meyer's been great, but not of recent form. So I'm going to look at the Padres in that one. And looking at Washington, Seattle, man, Seattle's favored 160 at home. They can't hit a brick. There's no way I would take Seattle at home. Give me Parker and the Washington Nats. Probably win that one outright.
And looking at some of the Mike Burrows. Well, let's good old Mike Burrows. He's got one start. Looks like he's getting off 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks. Everything comes in 4s with Burrows. So is he going to give another 4 there? I don't know. I would have to lead to Arizona in that one. You know me, I'm not a big Arizona guy, but I think what Arizona does at home what the Pirates have been doing out on the road. Ooh. 6 wins out on the road. Well, Arizona's above 500 at home, scoring about 5 runs a game. Well, the Pirates scoring about a little under 3 runs a game. So I'm not going to chase the run line here. I'm going to chase the super run line. Give me Arizona minus the 2.5. I think they roll the Pirates like they did last night, 1-5-0 in that one. I think they easily cover the 2.5 for us. That way you don't have to lay any juice. Give me the Arizona Diamondbacks lay the 2.5 there in that one. And then another one I'm looking at here. We've seen I'm going to take a shot here with the Athletics taking on the Astros in that matchup. You know what? Sears is on the mound. I know Hunter Brown didn't look good his last time out. And I think there's a good shot that he could pitch awful again in this one. Just because the Athletics, they play better on the road, above 500 on the road. If you want, grab that plus 1.5, 15-11 to that run line on the road. While the Astros coin flip to covering run lines at home this season, 14-14. So I'm going to add that Athletics plus the 1.5 here into my parlay for the end of the show segment. And then give me the over between the Marlins and the Padres. As Ron alluded to, Meyer, man, he had a good start because I know I bet a few of his over outs props to kick off the year, and we were winning a bunch of those, but not lately. He hasn't pitched well at all, and I think that continues there, where the Padres get some runs off of Meyer, and I think this Marlins squad, they can score some runs themselves. No slouches to scoring runs. I might even lean to the Marlins upsetting the Padres. They only won by 1 last night and got lucky doing it, but I like the over as the play. Give me the over 8 there in that matchup. That wraps up the MLB. You want to do the W first, or do you want to do the NHL? Let's head on over and do the WNBA. We got 5 there to look at. Let's do them all at once. We got the Valkyries up to 17.5, taking on the Liberty. We got the Wings laying 4.5 in, taking on the Sun. We got Seattle taking on the Lynx. Lynx up to 7.5 now in that one. Atlanta into take on the Sparks. Sparks lay at 2.5 there. And then the Sky into take on the Mercury. Mercury laying 7.5 there in that one. We'll head on over to Ramon to get us started. What do you like tonight on the W, Ramon?
Yeah, I might have to go against my guy here, Ron. I'm going to take Seattle plus these points. I just think it's gone a little bit too high. Minnesota team that's 0-2 against the spread at home so far. I know they were laying double digits in both those games. I think Seattle still might still be on the improve here a little bit moving forward. We know Minnesota's number 2 right now in the league, looking pretty good, but Seattle's done well so far. Ron's cautioned me against the Storm on the road here, but I'm going to have to take 7.5 points tonight. If that's what you say, Ron, the line is. That's what I'm doing. Give me the Storm on the road.
Heading on over to Ron. I like you're in the WNBA tonight.
Man, I swear to God, I told Ramon on the WNBA 2-3. Gotta do that anyway. 2-3. Yeah.
2-3 zone.
The 2-3 zone, man. This is a Chicago spot. Can you trust them though? They're 0-3. This is the spot. They've been on the road to get a back-to-back on the road. The Sparks, I mean, they had me scared. I had the Sparks as a best bet the other day, and Chicago had me scared. I'm going to take a shot. Give me Chicago plus the 7. And the Sparks are not that good, man. You saw it, struggling with a couple really bad teams, the Valkyries, and I'm going to tell you right now, Atlanta is the better team. I know Griner's not going to be playing, neither is Jordan Canada, but still, the Atlanta Dream are the better team here. Give me Atlanta plus the 2.5.
And for me here in these ones, I like the over between the Sky and the Mercury. The Sky still don't play a whole lot of defense at all. So the way they give up the points, I think this Mercury team could definitely score some points as well. So I like the over 159.5 in that matchup. And then I'm going to take the Valkyries here in that first half. I'm going to get 10 points with the Valkyries team that they're not bad defensively. And hey, look what they've done out on the road. They've played well in that first half in their lone game out on the road where they got the win. So I'll grab the 10 that you're going to give me with the Valkyries in that first half there in that one tonight. And then I'm going to go with Ron here. I like the Lynx here. I've seen Seattle too many times and got burnt. And I still feel burnt from last year. How many times they stunk on the road?
59 points at Phoenix.
Yeah,
59.
when they
That's
kicked it off with Phoenix, I don't know. When at home for some reason they score like machines, and then I see out on the road they hit those little slumps. You can't slump like that against the Lynx. They'll take advantage and pull away. Next thing you know, the Lynx will be up 18 on you. And then you're trying to get in against their defense, and I just don't see it. I'm going to lay with the Lynx there in that one tonight. That wraps up the WNBA action for tonight. Let's head on over to the ice. Big game 4 loading there. Dallas and the Oilers. Let's kick it off over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one tonight? Dallas or the Oilers?
A team full of stars, Rod, one star who is starting to shine, or we know he's Mr. Consistent, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I'm going to go with him to get an assist tonight at plus $1.20 or better in this one. I know maybe we're talking up the Oilers here tonight against Dallas just because of the predicament that Dallas gets into in these game 4s. Apparently the turning stone game for Dallas that never seems to pay off. So give me Ryan Nugent-Hopkins tonight. He's kind of been the one, because we know that, Leon's had some other assignments and things like that. And things are spread around a little bit with this team. It's been good for Edmonton, actually, it feels like. So give me RNH assist tonight at plus $1.20.
Head on over to Ron. We like hearing the NHL action tonight.
Feel like a broken record, man. I've been saying it the whole playoff series. 17-33 now, our road dogs losing you 13 units of profit. There's no way, unless you're named the Florida Panthers or Edmonton Oilers, because they're a combined 7-3 as a road dog in the playoffs. Carolina's 1-1 as a road dog. So guess what Dallas is, guys? 1-5. Give me Edmonton. No problem.
And for me, I looked at this one, and someone's has to go here in this game tonight to kick it off. You look at Dallas, what they've done all season long on the road after getting their ass handed to them when they lose by 4+ goals this season. They bounced back. 7-0 ATS this season is this Dallas squad following a 4-goal blowout game. But then what the Oilers done over the last couple of seasons, they just find that clutch 4th game is big. And they step up and win them. They're 7-0 in game 4s over the last couple of seasons are these Oilers. So someone's always going to go tonight in that spot. But as the Oilers, you look at Mr. Man, which is Skinner. He's been playing in game 4s for the Oilers. He is Mr. Money. Absolutely lights out. He's a sub-1 goals against average here in game 4s over the last few seasons for this Oilers squad. He loves these game 4s and he gets up for them. We've seen it plenty of times, but surprisingly, I'm going to take an over here tonight. It's come down to 6. Give me the over. What we've seen from the Oilers squad this year is we've seen after some games where they play some defensive hockey where they give up a goal or less in 2 straight games. That following game, 5-0 to the over, where we averaged about 8 goals in those games. They do tend to the Oilers win them though. And also your buddy Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, I believe he's on a nice little 7-game point scoring streak against this Dallas Stars squad. He loves playing the Dallas squad. I like that play, Ramon. That's a good one there, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. But give me the over 6 here in this one. I think we see plenty of goals in this one. The Oilers need to survive that first 10 minutes because this Dallas squad practiced hard this morning. It wasn't just a little optional skate. Everybody was in there, full team practice, working on the power play, working on drills. It was all in, hands on deck. This Dallas squad will be coming tonight. I'm telling you, it's not going to be an easy task. I think we see some goals. Give me the over here on this one. Can't wait for it. I'm excited. You know me. Can't sit still. 2 hours.
What's the draw on that, Rod? What's the draw on it? I think we can get an overtime.
Right, 3-3 heading to OT. Someone, I guess that
I
might
like
not be a bad play there.
4-3
well.
final. I like that. 4-3 final.
You look the last 5 meetings head to head, 4-1 to the over between these two teams. As much as we've seen a couple defensive games, we've seen the winning team get up and over and win games. The funny thing in these conference games, I also noticed when somebody wins, they won by 2.5 goals or more. If you look, so maybe we are due for an overtime one because all of these
and they're scoring in spurts too, man. It's like 2-3. Yeah. There's boom, boom, boom. You know, you think you got a nice under. It's 1-0 going to the third. Bam, bam, bam. You know, in every game it's
3 goals, 6 minutes.
It does. Dallas first game. You know, 3 unanswered. Boom. You know.
This series could easily be 3-0 Oilers if the Oilers played that 6-minute stretch and not snowball there. You know what I mean? Right. Give up that tough start to the third, eliminate the third period, and the Oilers have dominated the whole series, other than the third period where they got themselves in trouble.
I think there's some 6s out there. PWR critter. I think there's
if you can't find a 6, I still like the 6.5. You might have to lay less juice with the 6.5. So I still think we get, as I alluded to, 7-8 goals. So I don't mind the 6.5 if that's all you
like
can
it
find
too.
Number wise. I still like the 6.5. So there, 6.5 at DK. I'm good with that. Take the over 6.5. There as a power critter. So do it.
4-3 exact. Edmonton in overtime.
That wraps up the Tuesday slate of action. That brings us to the parlay section. Player prop game in the future. We leave it up to the capper to decide whatever they want to give you in this section, and then they'll let you know what they got going over at TonySpicks.com, because that's where you can find our best bets. The bets that we've got our money on tonight is over at TonySpicks.com. Let's head on over to Ramon. Started here in this section tonight. What do you got for us tonight, Ramon?
Well, now that I'm here with my 2-3 zone partner, I've been looking deeper into the WNBA. So I've got a couple of props to go here with Tina Charles tonight, alternate prop here, plus 175 at over 19.5 points. Connecticut at home against Dallas. She's probably having to shoulder more of the load than she's been used to in her career right now. So I like this one. Her regular points prop is minus $1.45. So I ramped it up here over 19.5 tonight for Tina Charles at plus $1.75. And also I'm going to go to that late game with Cardoso of the Sky over 6.5 rebounds here at minus $1.10 in the Sky's game against Phoenix. Cardoso over 6.5 rebounds. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, I do have a WNBA, actually a basketball package with my 1 play in the NBA and 2 in the WNBA for a 3-pack. And I got a 3-pack in the major leagues. I'm having just a pretty good day so far. 4-0 with my tennis sweep this morning. So I'm going to give you a tennis play here at the end of the show for sure there. But go ahead and check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% on a couple of hopefully winning packages tonight. They're profit guaranteed. If they don't win, you get your credits back. You can try me again or maybe try one of my partners out over here at Tony'sPicks.com.
Hey, Ramon's been winning your money. You can see him. He's up on the leaderboard 7 days, 30 days. Definitely head on over to Tony's Picks and check out Ramon. Heading on over to Ron. What do you got for us tonight in this section, Ron?
Yeah, for parlay, I'm going to go to the KBO. And just a reminder, you can see these KBO game videos. I have them up definitely before those morning games happen. So check out later tonight when Tony's all his conglomerate of videos are released. Rod's videos are released. They're around 8, 9 o'clock Central Time. Around that time, you'll check the KBO video. Also, my MLB spreadsheet play of the day, and of course, my and Ramon's 2-3 zone. You'll see that right there. So for the KBO, give me the Hanwha Eagles, give me Samsung, and give me Kia. Parlays those 3 up right there. We've been really hot on that video. Went 2-1 yesterday. I think we had 1 losing day, 2-3, and the first day was like 4-0. So yeah, let's keep watching those videos. You know, like I said, I've been following it, like Tony said, ever since COVID started, and my wife started learning some Korean as well. So she watches K-dramas and sings K-pop around the house all day. So yeah, so we're all in on the Korean thing there. But yeah, what I got tonight, I got my MLB Diamond Crusher. That's been really hot lately. And then I got my WNBA, and like I said, top of the leaderboard there in the WNBA right now. Staying off hockey, I gave you Edmonton. There's no way I'd lay the puck line, though. I think it's a 1-goal game either way, so I'd probably stay off of it. But I do like that over, like Rod said, definitely that over in the hockey game. So, yeah, we're all on the leaderboard. I got the yearly leaderboard rolling right now. And, pair us up. Like I said, you see all 3 of us. We're always continuously here for you, and we're on the leaderboard. So what better way is to pair any of us up, man, right here. We'll make you money.
And for me, over to Tony's Picks tonight, I got a few plays. I love today's card. So I got my NHL one-timer. I got my MLB play of the day. I got 5 MLB plays altogether. And then I'll throw some of those into the Tackle the Book Tuesday, where you can get my WNBA play, the NHL play. We got the MLB thrown in there as well. But the best way to go is to take advantage of that long-term here at Tony's Picks. That way you're aboard long-term when if we find a play that we like late, say this time, we've looked at some info and we're going to put a play in now. And it's 10 minutes to 2 hours before tip-off, puck drop, or first pitch. You get that emailed directly to you, one of those exclusives here at Tony's Picks that I haven't seen anywhere else, that you get that play emailed directly to you so you don't miss out on it when the capper puts that play in late. Just before tip-off. Some of those late info plays that are money. So you want to be aboard long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. For me, parlay, we're going to go with a 3-teamer here tonight. We're going to take the Reds on the money line. We're going to take the Athletics plus the 1.5 there in that one, and then give me the over the 6.5 in the Oilers game tonight. And we see plenty of offense there. hey, that wraps it up for Tuesday's action. Going excited to kickstart the week winning here on the Happy Hour Show. Any final words before we head on out for tonight's action?
Got some great games tonight. Good luck, everybody. Take it easy.
And my tennis play will be on Daniel Altmaier minus 1.5 sets against Vit Kopriva. That'll be at 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific. That's my wake-up call. Altmaier minus 1.5 sets at the French Open.
Nice. Okay.
And baseball is going to be coming up soon, so watch out for that. Definitely.
Definitely.
Got college baseball. Excuse me, it's college baseball.
Yeah.
Ramon's got you covered.
Look forward to this
Definitely.
weekend for sure. With the regionals.
Champions League final Saturday. Get ready for that one too.
Nice. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you that tunes into the Happy Hour Daily. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll have the Tony's Picks, a morning show rolling with you. We'll have Tony and a bunch of the cappers you see here at Tony's Picks. We'll join him on that morning show. So let's have ourselves a nice kickstart the week here on Tuesday. Good luck to everybody. Make those winning bets. Thanks, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Catch you guys tomorrow morning. See you guys.